Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this skill is determine the meaning of words using synonyms in context. Well, synonyms are words that mean the same as other words. So as you read this short passage, you're going to be finding words that mean the same as the bold printed word because it says read the passage. Then select the synonym, the word that means the same as the word in bold. Theater goers are told to shut off their phones during live performances. The use of phones can discombobulate actors on stage. For example, the sounds of phones ringing or the sight of phone lights flashing during a play might confuse actors who are trying to focus on their roles. So discombobulate actors on stage. So discombobulate. So if phones are ringing and phone lights are flashing, this may confuse actors on stage. So maybe discombobulate means confuse. Let's try another one. So this one tells us, it says, what is the meaning of the word discombobulate as it is used in the passage? So it says the use of phones can discombobulate actors on stage. And it gave us an example to help us with context clues to help us determine what discombobulate means. So sounds of phone ringing, sight of phone lights, they can discombobulate actors, which means not amuse or please, distract or disturb, disappoint or frustrate, frighten or terrify. This means disturb them, like throw them off track. All right. Let's try another one. Here, read the passage, select the synonym, word that means the same as the word in bold, and our word is laden. When Lewis and Clark made their journey west, their party was laden with supplies. Several boats and 2 horses were loaded with clothing, medicine, camping equipment, maps, and weapons. In total, Lewis spent 2,324 on gear for the trip. So their party was laden with supplies. So their party was laden with supplies. Several boats, 2 horses were loaded. So several boats and 2 horses were loaded. And these are the things that it was loaded with, and this was the cost. So their party was laden with supplies. So we're going to try loaded. All right. So what is the meaning of laden as it is used in the passage? So laden with supplies. So we said several boats and 2 horses were loaded with clothing. So what does laden with supplies mean? Lifted up, woven through, transported, or weighted down. So when Lewis and Clark made their journey west, their party wasn't lifted up, wasn't woven through. Wasn't transport. Let's try weighted down with supplies. All right. One more. All right. Read the passage. Select the synonym of the word in bold. The lawyer used her remaining time to implore the jury to make the right decision. I beg you, she said, to consider my client's spotless record and role as an outstanding member of the community. I am certain that he is not guilty of this crime. So, the lawyer used her remaining time to implore the jury to make the right decision. She says, I beg you to consider my client's spotless record as an outstanding member of the community. I am certain that he is not guilty of this crime. So we have her remaining time to implore the jury to make the right decision. So if she's going to implore the jury to make the right decision, is she begging them or she consider? I think she's begging them. So let's try begging them to consider her client's spotless record and outstanding member of the community. So she's begging to take these things into consideration. All right. And we're going to figure out, what does implore mean? What is the meaning of implore as it is used in the passage? Is it to ask in an arrogant way? Is it to ask in a pleading way? Is it to insist on an answer, or is it to demand completely? So she wants the jury to consider. She begs and wants them to consider. I don't think she's asking in an arrogant way. I don't think she's insisting on an answer. She's not being demanding, but she's asking in a pleading way, like begging. So we're going to hit submit. All right. So you're going to try others that may look like this on your own. Your goal is to reach 80%. And if you've already reached 80% on this goal, on this particular skill, then your goal is to reach 100. You got this. Carefully scan the words in the text as you are reading. Use the context clues around the word to help you out, and you'll be able to determine the meanings. Remember, synonyms are words that mean the same as other words. You got this. Good luck.